Welcome back to Circuit Channel. Unfortunately, we're back with Great Poland. Normally we take holidays. We have a habit of taking holidays when everybody already had their holidays in July, in August, the hot mid-summer months. And we like having our holidays in September, maybe sometimes in October. I just want to share a little experience. The first voiceover is going to be us traveling as usual. This is going to be the second time back-to-back holiday in Croatia. This first episode is going to be featuring us traveling from Poland, crossing the border into Czech Republic, and then from Czech Republic through Austria, and then from Austria through Slovenia, and then finally Croatia. Look how packed the entire car is. We literally had to fold the back seat over and then dump all kinds of bags and scooters. And as you can tell, because we plan not to use the public transport this time around, and I don't know what exactly got me into this, but last time we went to Łódź, I told myself the next time I'm going to be visiting another country, it has to be on a scooter, on an electric skateboard, some sort of PEV, okay? No public transport any longer, because I believe, in my opinion, I believe it's the best way to get around town. And of course, if you don't own one, you can always rent, but I just prefer to use mine. And I also use ours. And you might be wondering, why is she in this talking head? She's not here because she has an habit of quitting. She starts something and she never ends it. So instead of me begging her, I decided to make the voice over by myself. So enjoy my company. Because we plan not to ride the public transport this time around. We're gonna be riding all those cities on a scooter. Scooter gang, scooter life. And somewhere around Austria, things start to get a little higher in terms of temperature, okay? You won't be surprised. When we left here in Poland, it was around 12 degrees Celsius. And upon crossing the Austrian border, you immediately just feel a little bit warm. And then as soon as you start getting closer to Slovenia, then the temperature just ramps up crazily. So we had to she had to take a break because 25 wasn't really all that, me being an African. And we had to take a break for her to change her clothes because she dressed as someone coming from a colder country, and we took a break so that she could change from a jeans to something lighter, right? And that's exactly what we did. Oh, it's just 20 degrees Celsius.
It's more than 20 degrees, I guess. My legs just feel it.
I wonder how that could be too hot. 20 degrees Celsius. And I was just clowning out for not being able to handle temperature that I naturally handle. Border between Slovenia and Austria.
Yes.
And by now, if you've seen our travel series, you probably know by now in Europe, and there's some information for those that might be traveling from overseas. If you're traveling within certain countries in Europe, you need something called carnet. It's like a flat rate highway pass, right? So you pay once, and then that way when you get to toll gate, you won't need to pay. But Poland requires it probably. She would know that, but she's not in the talking head. Czech requires that. It means when you're traveling within Czech Republic, you won't have to pay in case there's any toll gate. Same thing as Austria and same thing as Slovenia. But as soon as you get to the stubborn Croatia, then you start having toll fees, okay? It's time wasting, and we'll get deep into that in our next episode. But for now, just thought I'd give you a heads up. Yeah, Austria is going to be the second, right behind Croatia, as one of the most expensive places to pump gas. Whereas Czech outside Poland will be the cheapest, and then Slovenian and Austria, and then finally Croatia is the most expensive. So we better pump gas in Slovenia now. Otherwise, we'll be subjected to pumping gas in Croatia. And another vital information for those who might be planning the trip in their car. You better pump gas in the cheapest country. And I got a misinformation there. Poland supposed to be the cheapest country next to Czech, I guess, and then next to Slovenia, and then Austria being one of the most expensive, and Croatia being the most expensive. Something about this capitalism in Croatia. I guess I finally found out that that is just not true. You could get cheap fuel from any country depending on what filling station you're going to be stopping at. I found fuel in certain filling station in Austria cheaper than in Poland, or at least somewhere around the same price. So hey, be careful where you get your information source from. And look at that hold up. What is it? I mean, where are they coming from? Look at the hold up. I don't know. That was surprising. It was just a long line, and that was in Austria somewhere. I guess they were all coming from Austria. No, they can't possibly be coming from Austria. That's Austria. Nobody visits Austria on holidays. They go to warmer countries. But I don't know. If you guys know where they might be coming from, please leave a comment in the comment section, because it was surprising, and we were still pretty far away from Croatia at this point.
They are coming back from holiday. I think they are coming back from Croatia.
You won't believe this petrol station is called Hip Hop.
Hip hop? Where do you see?
Down there.
Yeah, what?
And this was naughty. A filling station called Hip Hop. What? The next one is gonna be Afrobeats. Yes, hip at all costs. I just crossed the Slovenian-Croatian border, and it's been 10 hours of 54 minutes. We're just 152 kilometers away from getting to our Airbnb. 11 hours. My God.
It's a long travel.
Actually, it doesn't really feel like 11 hours, because outside this plastic armrest here has been comfortable in this car so far.
Good to know.
Yep. Comfort's priority. Okay. Comfortable seats, and you got to stretch a little bit, right? And to the infamous Croatian tunnels. They're usually wider. The ones we saw in Slovenia are tinier and just riskier, in my opinion. Awkward border between Slovenia and Croatia. Cars just parked and nobody's there. Yeah, that was scary a little bit. When we got to the border between Slovenia and Croatia, I kind of felt like, is there anybody left in Croatia at this moment? Because it felt like an abandoned border. I mean, there's no physical border any longer. I wasn't necessarily expecting someone to be there. In other borders, you don't get stopped, but you still see someone waving you, or maybe just minding their business. But here, they had cars parked and no one was inside. And the cars actually look like it hasn't been driven in the past 3 months or something. It felt dead. And it was a little spooky. I had a second that I thought we should turn back, or we were in the wrong country. So no matter how much you go to a place, it doesn't matter if you're coming there for the third time, you're still going to be having a new culture shock. And we had it right there, because a border shouldn't be that empty, okay? It was lit, but it was scary kind of. And it's been twisty roads the entire 60 kilometers to get to
Novaki Motovunski.
It's a bloody remote area. So in this travel, our plan was to go to a very strategic area in Croatia. That is the Istrian Penninsula at the northern part of Croatia. So in this case, we were supposed to be there for like 8 days, and the Istrian location is a perfect location for someone who wants to kill 3 birds with 1 stone, as we did in this travel, right? So we went to a particular place called Novaki Motovunski. It's a tiny little town in the Istrian Peninsula, and from there you have like 30 max kilometers to the border, and then from there you cross to Slovenia. So you can staying in that particular area in Croatia means you could easily visit Slovenia during the day and then just come back to Croatia. And if you even have the balls, you could take you further to Italy, which is exactly what we did. It was in a plan. So, you know, in the next couple of days, we will be traveling back and forth between Italy and Slovenia and coming back to Croatia on the same day. It was the best bet. That way we were in a location and it felt as if we were in 3 countries at the same time in just one travel. Yeah, it was worth it.
That has to be the Motovunski Novaki place after a long, dark slalom ride.
But the only thing is the Istrian Penninsula wasn't a popular holiday destination, so it was a little chillier, it was a little colder and remote. So it's for those who really love slightly warm weather of the Croatia and still want to enjoy some privacy. Because if you were to take it down to Zadar, Split and Dubrovski area, then it will be, of course, warmer and it's a lot more tourist friendly and attractive and all that, except yeah, you won't be by yourself, okay? So it won't be that classy. It'll be like with a whole bunch of people, and nobody really, I don't like that. I don't know about you, but when I want a holiday, I want a holiday by myself or with someone, not with the whole country. And trust me, you will enjoy it if you try the same thing.
Lord, this has to be the most remote area in this entire world.
All right, so on our way to the Novaki Motovunski, and it being a very remote area, the navigation took us through this twisty, hilly, very, very hilly too, and steep and some segments, and then we'll obviously go downhill in some segments. And to get to that point, we went through a whole bunch of that, right? Like really slalomy road. And not only was it so twisty, it was freaking narrow as well. And we had other local guys, like a car right behind me, just, you know, trying to hurry me up. But if you meet other cars coming ahead, someone will have to stop for someone, okay? Us coming there for the first time, I mean, to that area for the first time, and not necessarily knowing exactly where we're going, that might throw you off a little bit. And we had to do like 40 kilometers of that, like just twisty and never ending twisty roads, okay, until we finally got there. And luckily for us, we were in contact with our host the entire time. So and he told us actually that as soon as we crossed the border, we should let him know, and which we actually did. And on getting there, he was already waiting for us, and he received us, and then he showed us around the house.
Yeah.
And this right here is gonna be the little house tour.
We go inside the little villa. All right. We got a little kitchen, and then the kitchen with the kitchen. And as you come inside, first thing you see is the little living room, if you want to call it little. And see right there with cute little couches. And immediately on your right, you get a toilet, and then some room here. It's like a store for laundry. Alright, you got the first bathroom downstairs. And this mysterious room right here is for kids, in case you got any.
Beautiful, beautiful house, okay? Real comfortable. I will show you details in the next episode.
And that's kind of like a mysterious room right there. There's a room here, and the room here has kind of like the master's bedroom, right? Has its own shower. There's a door up there, a cradle for little kids, a table, and then another one here, a smaller bedroom, as you can see. Anyway, we're inside the villa here in Novaki Motovunski in Croatia. And it's a nice little party that we got ourselves for the next 9 days. So they already showed us how to get upstairs, but somehow, oh no. Yeah, that's the whole thing, and then the stairways goes down, and to like a makeshift garage. Now we have our car safe, and from here we can open the garage. Okay, so that is it. I just get the stuff up.
And we was set for the next 7 days, 8 nights actually, and 9 days. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this episode right here. Watch out for the next episode. Hopefully Honey will be willing to do a voiceover then. If not, I'll repeat the same thing like I'm doing right now. And yep, stay tuned. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is Sal K Travels, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, people.